who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Y'all caught me running late. I'm sorry.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Reverse! Reverse!
I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's hunt now! Let's hunt now! Let's go! Let's hunt! Reverse! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house!
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, I know we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. So much pride from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Why don't you step on the field, man? That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had to work in my world.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Let's go, Mario! Let's go! Reverse! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's our Team Texas Tuesday, and a lot going on in the state. And one of those is that the Texans announced that they interviewed several head coaching candidates yesterday, including Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, and the man that everybody is wondering, could he possibly come to Houston, Texas, and that's Eric Bieniemy of the Kansas City Chiefs, offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, but AJ, he doesn't call plays. Stop it. Joe Judge didn't call plays. John Harbaugh didn't call plays. Bunch of people didn't call plays. Stop it. It's ridiculous. Like folks just want to be contrary. Folks just want to, what are you even saying? I heard you. Just stop. Deshaun Watson wants Eric Bieniemy. Pat Mahomes loves Eric Bieniemy. Andy Reid said he wished his son could have played for Eric Bieniemy. But the Texans finally got around to interviewing him yesterday. So now we see what happens from there. I've got some sources that are telling me that if Bieniemy wants Houston, the Texans want Eric Bieniemy. I've got my 2 cents about that. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. But sources say if Eric Bieniemy wants Houston, Houston wants Eric Bieniemy. Again, I'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Right now, if you are a CDL licensed driver with a good driving record and a TWIC card, there is a reputable company looking for you. And you need to call this number, 832-476-3211. That's 832-476-3211. If you've been laid off your job or looking for a change in companies and you are a CDL licensed driver with a good driving record and a TWIC card, your prayers are being answered. 832-476-3211. 832-476-3211. It's Team Texas Tuesday, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I think what I think is going on with Eric Bieniemy and the Houston Texans. Oh, man, hold on. Let me stop the music. I don't have any music playing. I got to give honor to one of the best out there. Santoria Black, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I'm representing the state today. Somebody thought I went to Prairie View. I did not. I've been there. I've had fun there. Yeah, I had a great time there. Tulane University. But I'm representing the HBCUs, and today it fell on Prairie View. Today it fell on Prairie View because they're HBCU and they're in the state of Texas. Thursday I'll wear somebody else's HBCU shirt, but today it's PV. You know! All right, I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. If you want to get in and talk about the teams in the state of Texas, any of them and all of them, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, and or text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Keith Hennig, I'm glad you're right there. Keith, should have done this yesterday, didn't get to do it, had a good friend of mine standing by. Here's what she got to say to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Keith Hennig.
Happy birthday to you.
I know it's your belated birthday because your birthday was over the weekend, but, I got so caught up in everything I was in yesterday, I didn't do it. But, brother, with a dude like you calling the year 2020, your birthday's any day and every day. So just so you know, had to get my good friend Jennifer Hudson to come through and wish you a happy birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Hennig. Happy birthday, bro. All right, let me take that break I've been talking about. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Now let's get back to the lunch break with AJ on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, we are back right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Got a shout out to my brother like no other, Willie Gibson, tuned in. He's in the background watching. Got some news that Justin Fields has declared for the NFL draft. I put out a starting quarterback wish list on Twitter. On the Twitter, yeah, the Twitter when you're old like me. On the Twitter, and here's where I said I want the starting quarterbacks to be next year. I got a little flack from one of the guys here locally, but I was like, yo, I'm just trying to make sense of some of this nonsense the Texans got going on. Got to laugh to keep from crying with some of it. Starting quarterback wish list for next season. Pittsburgh, the Steelers, out with Big Ben, in with Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans. That's right. I don't want Deshaun to make this nonsense work down here. I want him to go to Pittsburgh where he can ball out and be great, be legendary. Do they have all the pieces in Pittsburgh? No, but they would have Deshaun Watson and Mike Tomlin tied at the hip. Let's go. All right. Also, the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees out, retirement. Wish you well, sir. And with Jameis Winston, who threw a touchdown pass in that unimaginable playoff game that they lost to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me just say something. You don't throw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, lead the NFC in passing yards, and you aren't good. You don't do it. You don't do it. Yes, he threw 30 interceptions. You can cut that down. If he had cut that in half, Tampa Bay would have done what they're doing now under him. So, yeah, let's let him stay there in New Orleans. Let's let Sean Payton coach him up. Let's do it. Let's go. All right, and then number 3, the New England Patriots, out with Cam Newton, in with Cam Newton. I want Cam Newton to stay right there. I want him to have a COVID-19 free season with the 8 players, 8.5 players, 8.5 players that opted out. I want them to opt back in. I want Bill Belichick to get all worked up on the inside of his feelings. I want Josh McDaniels to not take nobody else's coaching job, but prove something for himself right there in New England, and they knock Buffalo off the top of that heap. Stay right there, Cam. Stick with it. I know it's not his choice, but it's my wish list. For the Chicago Bears, out with Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles, and in with, of all people, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, who got a raw deal in LA with the Chargers. Give him a shot in Chicago to be great. Tyrod is the man for the Bears. All right, and then I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Willie Gibson out with Gardner Minshew and Mike Glennon and whatever else they got down there in Jacksonville, and in with Justin Fields. That's right, Justin Fields. The Jaguars skip over Trevor Lawrence and go to the best quarterback in college this season, Justin Fields. That's what they ought to do. Then we go to the Jets, the Jets, the Jets. I know I did it differently than they do it. At least I spelled it right. I am out with Sam Darnold and in with Trevor Lawrence. That's right, Trevor Lawrence to the Jets and not the Jags, and he can make New York great again. I don't know when the last time they were great, but I'm just saying, if they ever had greatness like under Joe Willie Namath, they can find that again under Trevor Lawrence. I want Trevor to go there and not Justin, because There's more going on behind the scenes that I don't want Justin Fields any part of. Trevor Lawrence should be fine there. He'll be just fine if you can read between the lines. He'll be just fine there. He'll work with ownership, management, all of that. All of that. He'll be just fine there. Jacksonville, Justin Fields, the New York Jets, Trevor Lawrence, be just fine there. Just fine. And then, because I moved the Houston Texans quarterback from there to Pittsburgh, I guess I got to give the Texans a quarterback. They get either Mitch Trubisky or Sam Darnold. Either one. Either one. And let the new head coach not name Eric Bieniemy, Nick Caserio, Jack Easterby, Cal McNair. It's only fair that they should have to live through life under Mitch Trubisky or Sam Darnold. They don't deserve a franchise quarterback. They deserve to have a quarterback. That's my wish list. That's my wish list. That thing didn't have a bunch of likes. It didn't have a bunch of likes, but there were a bunch of eyes on it. Look at those numbers. Look, I'm like the president now. Look at those numbers. 1,549 people viewed that tweet. What, should I throw up my Cash App? What should I do? Yo, buy my mixtape. Buy my mixtape. I got some belly oil that if you rub it on your belly will be oily. Buy that. Just Cash App my kids. Can you do that? Cash App wife number 57. She trying to get a raise. Help me out. All y'all looking, help out. All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back. I'm going to talk about the Texans next and what I think they're trying to do with Eric Bieniemy, Deshaun Watson, and, them. 281-453-1000 if you want in. 281-453-1000. This segment brought to you by OMG Tires and More.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Now let's get back to the lunch break with AJ on the legendary KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
Hey, I'm going to be on that great show, the Not So Christian and Me Show, on Saturday, 1 o'clock. I'll be on there with Larry Scott and his co-hosts, and I'm really looking forward to it. Also, special guest will be Mrs. Bridget Roberson, talking about why she took the COVID-19 vaccine. And I'm really looking forward to it. So let's do it. Let's get it. Natasha Marie, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Natasha, I'm coming. So, man, I was going to call into the show and act like I wasn't me. And they must have heard that I was going to do that, so they decided to get me on there. So I'm going to need somebody to coach me up like it's debate prep. You know, before they go into debate, they have somebody help them debate. Somebody coach me up where I just don't, go all the way off. Not on them, just on life, man. Like why the church folk out there believing all this craziness about conspiracy theories and stuff? Like, that's not so Christian in me. I need somebody to help me just stay saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost on Saturday at 1 when I'm on the Not So Christian in Me show. Please, who got me? We can do it video wise. I mean, we can do it, via video. You don't have to come to me. Desiree, you got me? You got me? I need somebody to get me, because I don't think they're gonna have me back if I go in like I'm feeling it. Keith Hennig, be yourself. They'll get over it. No, man, it's their show. It's a great show. It literally should win like a Emmy Awards for radio. Whatever the Emmy Awards are for radio, that's one of the shows that should win one. I'm for real. I'm serious. I love the concept. Not So Christian in Me show. So I don't know, man. I might just go in there and be like, I'm on camera for the first time. So AJ, what do you think about the elections? Yep. What do you think about the transfer of power? Good. There we go. Felicia, Yolanda, Johnson, Green, Smith, Aloysius, Carter the Fifth can help me out. Felicia, I need you. Your counselor can help you. Her. You are my counselor. Help me. I got to find the right way to say what I want to say. My assistant at the church, because I have an assistant, my assistant's job. I'm saying, here's how I interview my assistants at the church. Can you keep me out of trouble? What do you mean? Can you keep me out of trouble? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Can you translate what I say into something nicer? What do you mean? If I say no, can you translate it? I don't think pastor thinks that's a good idea. If they say yes to that, they got the job. Oh, and are you sensitive? Like, if you're real sensitive, this is probably not the job for you. But if you're thick-skinned and you know not to take it personal, you got the gig. You got the gig. And don't worry, the church is not going to pay you. I am. I'm serious, man. Somebody's got to be able to translate for me. All right, Felicia says she got me. I'm good. All right, so here's what's up with the Texans. Y'all ready? Cal McNair is like the guy that got caught cheating. Cal McNair is like the guy that came in one day and said, baby, I would never do anything wrong. I would never cheat on you. I love you to life. In fact, I love you so much. I want you to be a part of what I'm doing. I want you to be an equal partner in what I'm doing. And not more than 48 hours later, you found out Cal lied through his teeth. He's got lipstick on his collars. He's got numbers in his pockets. You got video. Like, you got, this ain't true. Is it turning sideways? I can't really tell. Cal is like the dude that got caught cheating red-handed and there ain't no way out of it. He can't lie and say it wasn't me. He can't lie and say it didn't matter. It meant nothing. He can't lie on it. He just got to own it. And because he got caught cheating, there's no way out of it. You can't lie. He had to come out about a week ago and say, I messed this up. If anybody's upset, don't be upset with Jack. Don't be upset with Nick. Don't be upset with Deshaun. Blame me. Blame me. Now that's what he had to do with the fans and the media. With the person that he lied to and cheated on, Deshaun, he got to do whatever he got to do. He has got to do whatever he got to do. I don't mean to bring up old people stuff, but there's some people that once they got caught cheating, what did they do? They went out and bought fancy cars, bigger rings, bigger houses. I mean, one dude went out and bought a whole presidency. I didn't say that out loud. See, this is why I need therapy. This is why I need, Felicia, you let that one slip out. So now he's got to do whatever it is that Deshaun tells him to do. Deshaun ain't taking his call. Deshaun ain't returning his messages. Deshaun done moved out of the house. He don't know if Deshaun is with his mama, with somebody else. All he knows is that Deshaun is not happy, and it's because he lied and he got caught cheating. So now he's got to go back in his head and think about what Deshaun had told him he wanted to do and try to do that real fast. I know some of y'all are trying to thinking, how does he know this so well? And not because I did it. I've heard. So I've counseled many of people in problems like this. So, so now Cal has got to go back in his memory and say, what did he tell me to do? Doggone it, I should have done that. Maybe it's not too late. He gave me some names. Where are those names? And he's looking all through his pockets. I don't even want to call her. I wish she had not given me her number. Okay, here it is. Deshaun said, interview Eric Bieniemy. And not only did Cal interview Eric Bieniemy, but he went above and beyond. He interviewed Leslie Frazier, Black. Eric Bieniemy, Black. And then he threw in Matt Elberfluss and David Culley. Just to say, see, I interviewed a whole bunch of people, but I picked your person because I knew that that's what you wanted. He's like a dude that got caught cheating, and now he's just trying to go back and do what the person asked him to do in the first place before he lied, before he cheated. And I got news for you, Texan fans. Y'all might not want to hear this, but on January 19th, in the year of our Lord, 20 and 21, it might be too late. It might be too late. It might be too late. MJ Boyd, since McNair messed up so badly, and he did, he needs to relinquish control. Watson's gone. He will be with another squad, 21 and 22. I think you're right. I think it's too late. And Texan fans need to just wrap your heads around the possibility. And what you have to understand is this. This is not the first thing that McNair may have lied about that never hit the press under McNair's name. I really think that we blamed Bill O'Brien for a lot, and we should have. I don't think Bill O'Brien is, escapes blame, but it looks like Cal McNair was an equal part, if not the leader, of the suggestion to some of the things that happened under Bill O'Brien. Because he can't blame Bill for Jack Easterby. He can't blame Bill for Nick Caserio. And now I'm starting to think we don't need to blame Bill for the Deshaun Watson trade. I mean, for the DeAndre Hopkins trade. But guess who had to sign off on it? Bill O'Brien didn't have the juice to trade DeAndre by himself. Bill O'Brien didn't have the juice to negotiate Laramie Tunsil's contract by himself. He didn't have the juice to trade away Jadeveon Clowney by himself, Dwayne Brown. All of that had to be signed off on by one person. So if you put all that into the proper perspective and sit it in the mind of Deshaun Watson, nah, bro. You did it again. You told me you wouldn't do this to me again. You told me this was never going to happen again. You told me things were going to get better. And you know what? Every now and then, people get tired of being lied to. People get tired of being mistreated. People get tired of basically being told to just shut up and play. Oh, I cheated on you, but just shut up and deal with it. Who's going to do that? Raise your hand if that's what you signed up for. Yeah, I lied to you, but hey, everybody lies, so just shut up and deal with it. Who's going to deal with that? And if you think the fact that Deshaun just recently signed a big contract gives Cal McNair power over him, maybe y'all crazy. I keep telling people, stop calling the National Football League a game. It was not created by kids. Just because kids play it does not mean it's a kid's game. The National Football League was created by men who saw it as a way to make a lot of money. And guess what? That's exactly what they're doing. And whenever there's money involved, there is power. But the power doesn't always rest with where you think it does. Sometimes people can make short-term gains that have long-term effects. So just because Cal McNair has a contract on Deshaun Watson right now doesn't mean that it will be in his best interest to try and enforce it with an iron hand. Why? Because Cal McNair was the one who did this. You might win the battle, but you could lose the war. And I'm not being cryptic. There are a lot of things that Deshaun Watson can do. And just because they have interviewed Eric Bieniemy, just because they might hire Eric Bieniemy, doesn't mean that they want Eric Bieniemy. And if they don't want Eric Bieniemy, guess what? They're not going to give Eric Bieniemy all the stuff that he needs to be successful. They might not even let him hire his own staff. They might make him keep Tim Kelly as the offensive coordinator. They might make him keep Anthony Weaver as a defensive coordinator. They might not even let him pick his special teams coach. Nick Caserio could walk around there as if, listen, I didn't want you, so I don't have to help you. But AJ, why would they do that to their own franchise? Because they can. How many years did they give the head coach at Arizona before they replaced him with who they wanted? One thing you can never say about Arizona is that they didn't hire a black head coach. Does that mean they gave the black head coach a fair chance to do everything he needed to do? They fired him, got rid of the quarterback that they had him working with, and brought in some stars. Why didn't they do that under him? It's window dressing. The Texans are doing just whatever they need to do to keep Deshaun happy, to get Deshaun to call them back, to get Deshaun to say, oh, I know you're sorry. I know you didn't mean it. I'll stay. That's all they're trying to do. And if anybody's ever been on the wrong side of that cheating analogy that I gave you, come on, man. There's a difference between what you want and what you know. You want what they're saying to be true. Sometimes you know it's probably not. I don't believe that the Texans really want Eric Bieniemy. If they did, they would have done everything that they did to get Nick Caserio to get Eric Bieniemy. They didn't. They only got really interested in Eric Bieniemy after Deshaun Watson decided he was all out instead of being all in. And Eric Bieniemy does not need to be a casualty of cleaning up Cal McNair, Jack Easterby, and Nick Caserio's mess. I got to take a break, but when I come back, I'm going to give you another harsh reality. Again, you might not like it, but it's just the truth. Are you a CDL driver with a good driving record and a TWIC card? There is a reputable company looking for you. Call them, 832-476-3211. That's 832-476-3211. If you are a CDL licensed driver with a good driving record and a TWIC card, 832-476-3211. That's 832-476-3211. I'll be right back right after this.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hello, my name is Margaret, and I'm not a paid actor. I'm simply a very satisfied customer that has received good advice from the Care Team Insurance. Without the help from the Care Team, we would not have had health insurance. Care Team has saved my daughter's life.
This is one of the many great results of Care Team's efforts. Don't get caught with bad or no insurance at all. Let Care Team assist you with our free enrollment assistance program. Call now, 281-990-1377. There are over 13 million people without medical insurance that should qualify for plans starting at $0 to $50 per month. Care Team has helped thousands of people just like you. This is AJ Jones, and KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377 or visit careteamcares.com.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
You're listening to The Lunch Break with AJ on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, we are back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Team Texas Tuesday. I got a lot of people texting me. AJ, why would anybody take a job where they don't get to have control over what they need to be successful? It happens all the time. It happens all the time. There's a general manager for the Detroit Lions that is a black man. He got hired after they hired the head coach. I have a sneaking suspicion they didn't call him and say, hey, we're going to hire you. Who do you want the head coach to be? Most general managers come in and are given the authority to hire their head coach, unless there's a head coach already in place. Then they get to decide, well, I think we can, go with this guy, keep him, or what have you. He didn't get to do that. He didn't get the same ability, authority that most general managers get. So, it happens. It happens. I forget who the Steve Sarkisian, when he went to Atlanta, he had things that he had to agree to before he took the job. He wasn't just free to flip over the offense and do a whole bunch of different stuff than what they were doing. It was crazy. It took somebody in the building to say, yeah, Sark ain't great, but you don't understand what kind of restrictions they brought him in under. So I'm just saying, if the Texans are not all in on Eric Bieniemy, they're not going to give him complete control. He's not going to get Bill O'Brien kind of control. Well, how do you know they weren't all in it? Because they didn't go all out to get him. If they wanted Nick Caserio, then they should have gotten Nick Caserio. As soon as they got Caserio done, they should have gotten with Eric Bieniemy. They didn't. They only got with Bieniemy after Deshaun Watson said, oh, now I'm done with y'all. After he said, I went from 2 to 10. This is like when Jim Caldwell was up in Detroit and Detroit brought in another one of those New England Patriots spinoffs to be their general manager. Caldwell went 9-7 in Detroit. And what did he do? No, that's not good enough. You're fired. That general manager did not want Jim Caldwell. He wanted to fire him when he got there and bring in Matt Patricia or somebody from the New England Patriot coaching tree. And after a 9-7 record in Detroit, you got to put it all together because it gives it meaning. What did he do? He fired a coach with a winning record and brought in a coach that had just lost a Super Bowl where all he had to do was keep the car in the lane, and he didn't do that. And Matt Patricia proceeded to stink worse than most coaches in that coaching tree hadn't done in a while, and that was kind of hard to do. And because they wanted Matt Patricia, he got year after year after year. It was horrible. Jim Caldwell gets them to the playoffs a couple of times, has a winning record, and then gets fired. Translation: you weren't my guy. I want to bring in my own guy. It happens all the time. The coach in Arizona He wasn't their guy. Their guy was, what's his name? The guy out of Texas Tech. That's who they wanted. And oh yeah, by the way, he hadn't had a winning record yet. Cliff Kingsbury hadn't had a winning record yet. What Cliff do this year? What Cliff do this year? Let me look. Let me look. Cliff Kingsbury this season standings, conference, NFC, Arizona, 8-8. Well, 8-8. 8-8. Cliff Kingsbury 8-8 with that squad. 8-8 with that squad. 8-8. But that's their guy. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to give him more time. They're going to give him more time. His record, check this out. Let me show you what it means to be their guy. His record as a head coach in the NFL is 13, 18, and 1. He's got a 422 winning percentage. In college, he was 35 and 40, a 47% winning percentage. They got who they wanted, and they're giving him time to be who they want him to be. If Eric Bieniemy is not the guy the Texans really want, they're not going to keep him around with a 13, 18, and 1 record in the NFL. They're going to say, oh, see, I told you he didn't call plays in Kansas City. I say, oh, see, I told you he didn't interview well. We just gave him the job. And I know for a fact the Texans organization is notorious for leaking out bad press that makes them look good and somebody else look bad. They did it against Jadavion. They did it against Dwayne Brown. They did it against, you name it, DeAndre Hopkins. And let Deshaun stick to his guns, and all of a sudden we're going to start hearing he didn't practice well, and he didn't stay late in the film room, and he had bad habits and bad work ethic. Watch. Let Deshaun stick to his guns, and you're going to hear all the negative things that, oh, well, you know, we didn't really want to reveal this, but that's why you heard. Where's that clip on Andy Reid? Let me find a clip on Andy Reid. Andy Reid made a very telling statement yesterday to the media. Here we go. Let me see if this is it. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Of course I can't find it. It's never right there when I need it. Here we go. Let's see if I can find it this way. Yeah, here we go.
Cycle, and he just.
Let me let you listen to this real quick. Here's Andy Reid in an interview after Kansas City's last game when asked about Eric Bieniemy.
Confounding to you maybe that we're in a hiring cycle and he just hasn't gotten that opportunity yet to be a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows what I think of Eric and what kind of head coach I think he'd be. And maybe the best thing I can tell you is I hope he goes to the NFC when he has that opportunity. But whoever gets him, I think is a very lucky organization. Somebody that I've come across, one of the few people I've come across that has the leadership skills that he has, the ability to lead men in this crazy game that we're in. And for those guys, through his leadership, to play at a Pro Bowl level. And so when he gets his hands on you, figuratively, he does wonders with athletes, and he's able to maximize their abilities on the field, and he gives them that extra boost to be a productive person off the field, and somebody that I would love my son to have played for.
That right there says it all. I wish my own kid could have played for him. When Andy Reid said, I hope he goes to the NFC, you can take that a couple of different ways. I would rather not coach against him in the AFC, is how most people think he meant it. But there's a job open in the NFC with the Philadelphia Eagles that has a young, talented quarterback that Eric Bieniemy can turn into a superstar, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, yeah, by the way, Andy Reid had a phenomenal career with the Philadelphia Eagles. So some people think, oh, he was just saying, I don't want to have to coach against him. Other people think that, hey, man, there's a better job for you in the NFC than the jobs that are open in the AFC, namely the Houston Texans job. And the way the Eagles are run under Jeff Lurie versus how the Texans are run under Cal McNair is night and day. So, you know, you can keep quipping, oh, he doesn't call plays, he doesn't call plays. Here's the bottom line. There are people in this town, namely an owner, a new general manager, and a prayer partner, and quite a few fans that don't deserve an Eric Bieniemy. Just don't deserve it. The man has worked too hard. He's climbed the proverbial corporate ladder to get where he is. He's got a Super Bowl ring. He's been a player. He's got the ear and the trust of players. There's an owner here, a general manager here, and a prayer partner, and several fans that don't deserve him. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. All right, let me go ahead and take a break. And I was trying to see if I've got Sybil Wilkes here coming up. I don't think I do. No, doesn't look like I got an update from Sybil. 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. 281-453-1000 if you want to get in. Phone lines are wide open. We'll take this quick break. We'll take this quick break. Man, Garrett Jones, brother. Man, I'm just telling it like it is. There are people down on Kirby Drive that don't deserve an Eric Bieniemy. I mean, seriously, they need to go on and get Josh McDaniels or promote Tim Kelly. Go on and get their guy. Trade Deshaun to Pittsburgh and get some draft picks and, I don't know, some offensive line help, man. Pittsburgh's got a ton of offensive linemen. Get some offensive line help and a bunch of picks, and let's move on. Get Mason Rudolph, Devlin Hodges, some offensive linemen, and some picks, and let's go. They don't deserve Deshaun or Eric Bieniemy. I know Texan fans don't want to hear me say that, but man, if you got a Lamborghini and you put a trailer hitch to it, you don't know what you're doing. You don't deserve it. You got a Lamborghini and you throw a trailer hitch on the back of it, you don't know what you're doing. You don't deserve it. You got a mansion in a gated community and you got chickens in your backyard, you don't deserve it. You don't know what you're doing. Not saying people in the country can't live in the mansions, but I'm saying you're living over in Black Horse Ranch and you got a gated community with chickens in the backyard. You don't know what you're doing. You don't deserve it. Take a break, top of the hour. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
Expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! Freeman! 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 Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. Freeman. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football.
It should be sad on Kirby right now.
Buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that.
Roger, you right. The classic, you're right.
They can be hits just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud you still on the field, man. That's who I did.
What was her name? Ellie Mae.
Send one message.
They were good people.
This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Freeman. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
It's a what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, January 18th. Number 1. As Joe Biden worked on the final of Wednesday's inauguration, Donald Trump was working on a document of his own. Anticipation and curiosity grow as Donald Trump prepared his final list of presidential clemency recipients. 50 to 100 people are said to be on the Trump list of pardons and commutations. Questions remain about who will be on the list, especially those with the same last name, including Donald Trump himself. Number 2, retired Army Lieutenant General Russell Honore has been tapped by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to lead an immediate review of the January 6th domestic terrorist attack on the U.S. Capitol. Lieutenant Honore's assignment will focus on security infrastructure, interagency processes and procedures, and command and control. He's best known for his no-nonsense leadership while serving as commander of the Joint Task Force Katrina, which coordinated the military's relief efforts for those devastated by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Number 3, a new analysis by Kaiser Health News finds that vaccinations among blacks are lagging far behind whites. About 3% of the U.S. residents have received the first dose of the vaccine, but in 16 states, white Americans are being vaccinated at a rate 2 to 3 times higher than African Americans. Lack of access and mistrust rooted in historical racism in healthcare appear to be major factors in the low number of vaccinations among African Americans. Number 4, a class action lawsuit was filed in federal court in Indianapolis last month on behalf of 3 former HBCU athletes at Savannah State University and Howard University. The suit alleges the NCAA uses certain rules to single out HBCUs from participating in Division I postseason, which is the highest level of competition. Only 6% of the 350 HBCUs currently compete in Division I, and 4 out of every 5 HBCU teams were banned by the NCAA for poor academics over the last 6 years. Number 5.
Carolina Panthers lineman Russell Okung has been asking for his lucrative NFL contract to be paid in Bitcoin for over a year. His request was partially granted. Okung will receive half of his $13 million salary in Bitcoin, which is trading at more than $32,000. Okung, who is the Panthers' highest paid player this season, feels empowered by the opportunity. And here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels, this from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with J. Anthony Brown as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Please visit SibylWilkes.com to subscribe to my free daily newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I wanted to get that update in by Sybil Wilkes. A couple of things in there that she mentioned are definitely of interest. Russell Okung wanted to be paid in Bitcoin. I mean, Doc, I love it. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Don't just go along with the norm. Go along with what's best for you. Go along with what's best for you. And man, I got to tell you, I have recently started buying pieces. Now, I ain't got all that kind of money. Recently been starting to buy pieces of Bitcoin, and I got to tell you, it's happening. It is doing what it's doing. Do not take that as trading or investing advice, because I'm not trying to do that. I'm just letting you know I'm late to the party, but I'm trying to get in where I fit in. And there's some other different kinds of cryptocurrency that's out there. But don't be like the dude. Have you heard about this guy that's about to lose like $30 million because he forgot the password to his Bitcoins, and he's tried it so many times where his next try, everything gets wiped out. Like it gets locked up. He'll never be able to get into it again. And he's got one more try left. Bruh, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? I know that you don't want to make your password 2021, but you don't make it something that you can't remember or not put it somewhere where it cannot be found. Huh? I know we're in a modern age where people can go in and do all kinds of stuff online, but there's got to be a way where you can secure a password that covers what, 26 to 30 million dollars? Obviously, if he's got that much money, then he can afford to lose it. I'm not him. Bro, let me tell you something. I would be writing on my arm. Let's see. I tried this one, that didn't work. Tried that one didn't work. I wonder if I'm serious. My whole job in life right now would be to remember that password one more time. One more time. I'll be speaking in tongues. Alibaba, Shashi Mama, Itchy Kitchy K Ya Ya Ya. I will be, baby, I'll pour oil on my own forehead. Lord, bring it back to my remembrance. You know how people get to bargaining with God. Lord, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. I'll go to church every Sunday. I'll tithe when they really want something. Lord, if you can just bring that password back to my, for real, we'll tithe this time. I'll drop 10% and an offering. Ain't no way. I'm telling you. I lose 26 to 30 million dollars because I can't remember a password. I'm moving to Idaho. I'm moving to Boise, Idaho. I'm gonna sit on a river somewhere and I'm gonna whittle. I'm just gonna whittle. But AJ, you got more money. I know. Just the thought that I lost $5 one time. I almost lost my mind. I misplaced a 20 one time, and I'm serious. Ask my son what I did. Ask my son what I did. One time I know that I got a couple of hundies out of the bank and I could only find 2 of them. And I was looking for 3. Bro, please. I called everybody I thought I knew. Yeah, I know we haven't spoken 4 years. Do you know what I did with that hundy? I lose 26 to 30 million dollars because I can't remember a password. I don't want to talk to anybody again in person. I just want to whittle. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Happy for Russell Okung. All right, on Friday, I want to know, are you Friday, Freestyle Friday. On Friday, I want to know, are you taking the vaccine? Are you taking the vaccine? Why or why not? Don't tell me now. You got between now and Friday to think about it. Are you taking the vaccine? Why and why not? That'll be part of our discussion on Friday. Today's Tuesday, so you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think I know my answer, and I really just came to it recently, but I want to hear what you say on Friday. All right? Sango, what's going on, Sango? Thanks for tuning in. Garrick Jones says it's sad on Kirby right now. It should be. It should be. It should be. Just like it was sad on LaBranch or Carolina. What street is the Toyota Center on? I think it's on LaBranch. Houston Toyota Center. Houston Toyota. If I could spell. Jackson. Nah, that ain't it. There we go. Houston Toyota Center is on Polk. It was sad on Polk Street a couple days ago. They messed that up. Glad to see Victor Oladipo make his debut for the Rockets last night. He dropped 32 points, 9 assists. Okay, I like it. To go along with 30 from Christian Wood. They lost. But yeah, it should be sad down there on Kirby. They messing it up. I'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they are able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Lunch break. What's up with it?
All right, y'all. We are back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, and also streaming live 24/7 on KYOKradio.org. KYOKradio.org, streaming live 24/7. Don't forget now, if you are a CDL licensed driver and you have a good driving record and a TWIC card, there's a very reputable company looking for you. The number to dial for more information, 832-476-3211, 832-476-3211. If you are a CDL licensed driver with a good driving record and a TWIC card, that number, 832-476-3211, 832-476-3211. All right, Floyd Andrews, good Lord, says, hello, AJ and Breakers. It's time for Deshaun Watson to leave before he becomes the next David Carr. Good God, I sincerely hope he's not on that path. I mean, he has been running for his life. And I'm sure the Texans promised to give him some offensive line help. He's been running for his life. And, you know, just like I said, it is not beyond the Texans organization to leak out negative information about somebody. Remember when Bill O'Brien started to say, well, and then part of that's on Deshaun because he's holding the ball too long. And what did everybody start saying after that? Even people who didn't know what a football was. Oh, see, he's holding the ball too long. And you have no idea what play was called. You have no idea who didn't run their route or got knocked off their route. You have no idea what the reads were. You have no idea whatsoever. But because the seed was planted, he holds the ball too long. Everybody. Well, you know, part of that's on Deshaun for holding the ball too long. You even had a former Super Bowl winning coach, Bill Cowher, say that maybe Deshaun Watson has a problem processing information. Now they're not saying that he's holding the ball too long. Now they're trying to plant the seed that maybe he's not as smart football-wise as we thought he was. There are people on Kirby Drive, an owner, a general manager, a prayer partner, and there's some fans, and there are some commentators that don't deserve a Deshaun Watson. You don't deserve him. You don't deserve an Eric Bieniemy. So you can do what? Pick him apart? Y'all didn't pick Bill O'Brien apart for 7 years. You had people ready to fight for him. Oh, he's a great coach. He's great. Won the AFC South like 5 times. Who else has done that? Mind you, while we're so busy listening to that nonsense, nobody's even counting the fact that he had never been to an AFC championship game, let alone won a Super Bowl, unless he was riding with New England. Who's in the AFC championship game this weekend? Who? Buffalo and Kansas City. And if I'm not mistaken, Kansas City is hosting their 3rd or their 4th AFC championship game. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Somebody check my stat. Kansas City, I think, is hosting their 4th or 3rd or 4th straight AFC championship game. But yet somebody wants to make me believe that Bill O'Brien's a great head coach. And now they're getting ready to pick apart Eric Bieniemy? Nah. I hope he goes to the NFC too. Let Cal, let Nick, and let Easter Bunny dig their way out of this one. You created this problem, fix it. Deshaun Watson has one of the highest football IQs ever. He had it at Gainesville, in Gainesville, Georgia, when he was playing football there in high school. He had it at Clemson when he was balling out for Clemson. And he's had it in the NFL. There are some guys that just come along and all they do is win. He's one of them. And for Bill O'Brien and Cal McNair and Jack Easterby to even remotely try and tarnish the name and the reputation and the ability of this young man is unconscionable, unimaginable, unthinkable. It's downright disrespectful. I want him to go somewhere where he can be as great as he should be. Bring in Mitch Trubisky here. Bring him in. Bring in Sam Darnold here. Heck, they can have Ryan Fitzpatrick back, a.k.a. Conor McGregor. Get him back. So there you go. Victor Oladipo, Christian Wood. Who else balled out last night for the Rockets? Those two definitely did. The other came in a loss. Let's see, 30-9 from Christian Wood, 21-2 for Eric Gordon, 32, 5-9 from Victor Oladipo, and they got 11 off the bench from Tate and Jones. Just didn't have enough. Boogie Cousins had a tough night. DeMarcus had a tough night. 0 for 7. 0 for 7 last night. 0 for 5 from 3. He had 2.6 rebounds and 4 assists. Got to have some point production out of DeMarcus. That published report came out that DeMarcus and John Wall confronted James Harden before he got out of here. Told you. Hate to say I told you, but told you. I tried to tell y'all, man, DeMarcus ain't that dude. Like, you better just go on out of here quiet. Don't go out here with my name in your mouth. Talking about we're not good enough and, blah, blah, blah. Yo, bro, what'd you say in the media? Yo, dog, what did you say to the press? Yo, homie, what did you say on that interview? I couldn't hear you. I want to hear you now. Go ahead. And all of a sudden, James was like, yo, y'all got to trade me real quick. It's getting hot in here. I'll go wherever you want me to go. It's getting hot. Pull it off. This team is now John Wall, Victor Oladipo, Christian Wood, and the fellas. DeMarcus has got to step up now. I'm not talking negative against him. I'm just saying if he's healthy, if there's not something going on that we don't know about, he's got to be at least a 15-10 guy. I think he can do that. I think he can be more of an 18-12 guy. If he can be an 18-12 guy with Victor, with John, with Christian, they can ball out. And that puts Eric Gordon back in that number 6 spot off the bench. Gives the young guys some places to fill in the gaps. Tate, Mason. Ben McLemore's got to step up and ball a little bit better. He had 5 points. Daniel House, don't know what's going on with him. They got to get it done. They got to get it done. Got to get it done. Right now, the Rockets are sitting at 4-8. 4-8. They got Phoenix coming to town tomorrow night. Late game, 8:30. 8:30 tip for TV tomorrow night. Rockets have got to turn it around. Spurs got a good win yesterday afternoon. Spurs got a nice win over Portland. And LaMarcus Aldridge, I don't know what it is about him and his former team, but he got a little hot yesterday. 22 points in the win. DeMar DeRozan, 20 and 11. And then they got 21 off the bench from Rudy Gay and Patty Mills. And San Antonio is 8-6. It's early. I get it. But Greg Popovich right now is probably doing some of his best coaching. Without Tim Duncan, without Tony Parker, without Manu Ginobili, without Kawhi Leonard. Doing some of his best coaching. And he's doing it with DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge, Keldon Johnson, Lonnie Walker, the fourth, DeJounte Murray, Rudy Gay. I mean, Rudy was 5 for 8 from 3. That's balling. That's ball. And I'm still waiting on the rookie to get in the swing of things. Devin Vassell, I'm really waiting on him to kind of get in the swing of things. So nice win for the San Antonio Spurs. The Mavericks fell to the Raptors. Luka, tough night, 0 for 3 from 3, 15.7 rebounds, 9 assists. They were led by Kristaps, who's back. That's the good part of last night. All right, let me take a break. This segment brought to you by OMG Tires and More. Team Texas Tuesday right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, the all-new 92.3 FM, and streaming live on KYOKradio.org.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi,
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
You're listening to The Lunch Break with AJ on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, we'll be back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Team Texas Tuesday. And Anthony Rogers says, I hope the Texans work everything out with Deshaun. I don't think they're going to. I really don't. I mean, I think it's going to take something miraculous. I really do. This young man is dug in, and a lot of folks don't understand that. Oh, he's under contract. There are a lot of people that there are principles bigger than even millions of dollars. Oh, he'll never get that money back. Yeah, and he won't get his self-respect back. You know, when J.J. Watt said, man, we wasted one of your years, that was more profound than a lot of folks even imagined. With all the nonsense, I mean, imagine how poorly run the Texans must be for Deshaun to literally be thinking about sitting out if he has to. I mean, again, it's that serious. And at some point, they might come to the same conclusion that the Rockets came to with James Harden. Might just have to move him. I mean, again, they'll move him to the place where it makes the most sense for them. I don't see Cal and Jack and Casario honoring his trade destination request. I don't think he's even made that. But I'm just saying, I don't see them, you know, having him force them to trade him and then say, well, where would you like to go? We'll be sure and send you there. I myself really would prefer to see him in Pittsburgh. That's just me. That's just me. So, anyway, that's that. That's that. Still tripping. Texans finally got around to interviewing Eric Bieniemy yesterday. Could have done that a long time ago. Here's what I really want to get to. A lot of folks get on this guy and think all kinds of things about him, say all kinds of things about him, but I can't say nothing but real good things about him right now. And I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. And somebody say, AJ, that's not Texas stuff. Yeah, but he did something for some Texas people, and I love it. Kyrie Irving came through. This article is written by, doesn't say. Kyrie came through in an incredible way for the family of George Floyd, along with Port Arthur native Steven Jackson, revealing the NBA superstar recently bought the family of George Floyd a brand new home, a brand new house. Jackson, who personally knew Floyd and referred to him as his twin, vowed to be a father figure for George Floyd's 7-year-old daughter, Gianna, after Floyd's murder in May of 2020 at the hands of Minnesota police officers. But the ex-NBAer says he's not alone in supporting the Floyd family. He says, I'm just coming on, and I quote, I'm just coming on and continuing to do what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to be my brother's keeper and take care of his daughter and make sure that her next days are her best days. He says, a lot of my friends have helped. Kyrie Irving bought him a house. Somebody bought him a Mercedes-Benz. Barbara Streisand gave them stock in Disney. And Lil Baby, James Harden's little brother, also stepped up to throw a very lavish birthday party for Gianna's 7th. But again, we can't overlook that Kyrie Irving stepped up and made sure that the family had a nice house for the baby girl to grow up in. Yeah, that's what's up right there. That's what's up right there. I don't care right now, right this second. I don't care why Kyrie is not playing. I don't care what message he's trying to send or what people think about it. I am grateful for a young man who had a heart bigger than himself. And by the way, before you go off on the whole, oh, well then why do you have to tell everybody? He didn't. He didn't say a word. Steven Jackson, his homeboy, put it out there. Great job, Kyrie. Great job. Great job, Barbara Streisand. Great job, Lil Baby. Great job to the person who will remain nameless, because I don't choose to say that person's name, who bought him a Mercedes. And great job for Steven Jackson being who he said he was going to be. If you look at the picture, Steven Jackson and George Floyd really did look like twins. I mean, really looked like twins. So that's one of those good news stories that yeah, every now and then you got to fill your day with a few of those, especially given everything that's been going on. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, Kyrie gets a bad rap because he doesn't do what people expect him to do. He gets a bad rap because he doesn't think like everybody else. He gets a bad rap because, watch this, even if what Kyrie thinks is wrong, he thinks it. He's willing to stand on it. Kyrie does what most people don't do. He owns it. If the earth is not flat and one day Kyrie finds out it isn't, I believe he'd be like, hey, you know what? At least I thought it was. I'm not mad at the brother. I'm certainly not going to be mad at him for wanting to own his own league or own team or own something. I'm not mad at that. I hope he never gives up that kind of energy. I hope he never turns and just goes with the flow. So, yeah, great job, Kyrie. Great job. All right, let me check some other breaking news. We got a lot of stuff that we're following right now. Let me see if there's any breaks in the action. The Kansas City Chiefs are saying that Pat Mahomes did not suffer a concussion. I'm not a doctor, but what did he suffer where he was dizzy? I know that there was a neck injury kind of thing where the guy had him by the arm and had his neck in his arm and he kind of rolled him over. But he was dizzy when he got up. Back in my day, we would say he got his bell rung. Now the Kansas City Chiefs are saying that was not a concussion, it was a neck injury. Patrick Walker of CBS Sports says Chiefs Patrick Mahomes may have tweaked a nerve, but he's still in the concussion protocol. The entire NFL came to a screeching halt when it happened. Pat Mahomes, former league MVP and reigning Super Bowl MVP, scooted to his right for a routine option play with hopes of gaining a couple yards for a key first down against Cleveland in the AFC division game. There was nothing routine about the outcome, though. They saw the head of their $500 million investment driven into the ground. You know what? That just bothered me. Did anybody else catch that? They called him their $500 million investment, like he's a reactor or a huge industrial strength air conditioner. Like, I follow his mom on Twitter. That's her son. I'm not going to read any more of this. Patrick Walker, like, dude, be better than that. Like he's a doggone stock investment. I'm with you, Al. That's why I keep telling y'all, you cannot have just one certain voice as the voice of the sport. because we said it yesterday. We're just entertainment and commodity to some people. Like, this is a whole son, brother, uncle, fiance, friend. Yeah, he's getting $500 million and a salary that he earned, contract that he earned, but that's not who he is. Yeah, I'm sorry, I read that. That hurt my mouth to read that. So anyway, bottom line, let me just go by what I saw myself instead of what Patrick Walker, Mr. $500 million investment. That's trash. That's insensitive trash. And if y'all know Patrick Walker, please tell him that I said it. Don't be trying to instigate. Just say, yeah, I was listening to this dude on KYOK and he called your article trash. It is. There's so many different ways he could have went with that. That wasn't one of them. You know, Patrick Mahomes, who recently signed a $500 million contract. There you go. You just turned a young man who's, you know, gosh, heaven forbid, he had a Darryl Stingley type situation. Into an investment piece of equipment. Anyway, saw the guy's arm wrap around his neck and kind of flip him over, but I saw his head go head first into the ground, and then he kind of rolled over on the neck. Rolled over. So my instant thought, in my layman terms and layman knowledge of medical stuff, was that he hit his head and had a concussion. And the way that he got up groggy and could barely get up, it didn't look like it was neurological, like, oh, my neck hurts, I can't support my legs. So he still is in the concussion protocol, but the Chiefs are trying to say it as if he didn't have a concussion so that he doesn't have to be in that concussion protocol beyond this game on Sunday. I mean, we know what they're trying to do. I mean, we get it. I'd much rather go into that game against Buffalo with Patrick Mahomes and not Chad Henne. And I mean, Chad Henne had me on an emotional roller coaster. He got that first down, though. He got that first down. Al High says, I don't think he's playing on Sunday. Man, I sure hope he is. I sure hope if there's any safe way for him to play, he gets to play. Not just because I want Kansas City to win, not just because I'm a fan. I'm talking about for the young man. If there's a safe, healthy way, you know, I want him to be able to play. If not, Chad Henne's got to step up. Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, got to coach him up, get him ready to go. That's all part of the game. That's all part of the game. I will say this. I don't want to see Buffalo in no Super Bowl. I'll say that. I ain't trying to hate on the Buffalo Bills and their, what are they? The Bills Nation, Bills Kingdom, Bills, you know, universe, whatever they go by. I don't want to see that. No shade. I'm just saying, I don't want to see it. All right, take a quick break. Be right back with more right after this on the lunch break.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
As the coronavirus is ravaging our community, make sure you have health insurance. Let Care Team Insurance assist you with our free medical enrollment assistance program. Call now and see what you qualify for at 281-990-1377. There are over 13 million people without insurance that should qualify for plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month. Care Team has helped thousands of people just like you by providing free enrollment assistance. Don't be taken advantage of by people selling bad or fake insurance. Make sure you have health insurance. Let Care Team Insurance assist you. This is AJ Jones. And KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for. Plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377. Or visit careteamcares.com.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
The Lunch Break, where sports are the special of the day on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, we are back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Team Texas Tuesday. Prairie View got a nice win last night in men's college basketball. They knocked off Grambling last night. Final score in that one, 59-50. Prairie View got the win. TSU's game got postponed, COVID-related. So still a lot going on out there with these young men and young ladies. I am praying for their well-being, their coaches, and all the above. So there you go. Also, got to give some love to Baylor. Number 2 Baylor knocked off Kansas 77-69. Anytime anybody beats a Bill Self-coached team, that's a good day for me. Anytime anybody beats a team coached by Bill Self, who is one of the shadiest guys in college basketball, that's a good day for me. That's a very good day for me. Shady as the day is long. Why he still has a job in college basketball is beyond me. And that's why I'm really glad that those former players of HBCU schools are suing the NCAA. I really am. Because the stuff that the Kansases and the North Carolinas and now looks like Duke and Louisville, LSU, Arizona, Michigan State, the stuff that those schools get away with compared to what went on at FAMU or Prairie View, or trying to think of the schools that are on probation right now. It's just unimaginable. You know, they had a whole class at North Carolina that was not even a real class for decades. And it was just like, oh, well, the coach didn't know. There are people that would not have known about the class if one of the coaches didn't say, oh, yeah, sign up for this class. But Deion Sanders makes too many phone calls, and they're trying to put Jackson State on probation. Ridiculous. So, yeah, great job, Baylor. Big win. 77-69 over Kansas, home of the crooked head coach. Man, I wish I could get Larry and Stafford to call into the show. I would have to beep every other word. Beep, beep, beep. But the dude is phenomenal. He is a legendary fan, season ticket holder of the Houston Texans, but he loves everything Houston Astros, Rockets. But, man, he is especially avid about the Houston Texans and their situation. And if you're not following him on Twitter, you should. And be sure to let him know his Twitter handle @LarryNStafford. And look, he's having to bleep himself on Twitter. Dude is phenomenal. Love following him. Love following him. Trying to find some stuff that hour ago. He said, every time I hear someone talk about they don't want to trade Deshaun, but if they do, I always need another. He said, I always need another roll of toilet paper. Houston Texans, y'all need to stop this mess. He said, here's where I am. I assume nothing is true until I hear it from the person himself. And he's talking about the Eric Bieniemy thing right there. Man, let me tell you something. That Jack Easterby thing is just unbelievable. If you got a guy on your team that's causing all that kind of trouble with your star players, what do? You dig in and say, oh, yeah, you're not, he ain't going nowhere. We stand by Jack Easterby. For what? The fact that he stays late and prays with Cal McNair? Dude, we got Corona going on. You could be my prayer partner on video somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe Cal needs some kind of guidance. I don't know. Anyway, Larry and Stafford's a good follow. Larry and Stafford. Tell him AJ from KYOK sent you. All right, let me get ready to wrap this up. Quick sports update. Victor Oladipo made his debut for the Rockets last night, finished with 32 points, 9 assists, but he came in a 125-120 loss to the Bulls. Christian Wood added 30 points and 9 rebounds in the loss. Rockets going to host Phoenix tomorrow night, 8:30 Central. The Spurs beat Portland 125-104, thanks to 22 by LaMarcus Aldridge against his former team. They're at Golden State tomorrow at 9. What about Golden State last night? Big come-from-behind win. I told y'all not to count out Steph Curry. Told y'all, but ain't nobody want to listen. No, the Rockets are going to be better than Steph and Clay. Clay's out. Spurs at Golden State tomorrow at 9. Toronto beat the Mavericks 116-93. Texans reportedly interviewed with multiple head coach candidates yesterday, including Eric Bieniemy. NFC Championship game going to be this Sunday. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady at Green Bay, Sunday 2:05 on Fox. That's Central. Followed by Buffalo at Kansas City. Questions still surrounding whether or not Patrick Mahomes will be able to play in the AFC Championship game. That'll kick off at 5:40 Central on CBS. Kyrie Irving bought a house for the family of George Floyd. Bought a whole house. Kyrie. Bless you, King. Bless you. Love it. Absolutely love it, King. Absolutely love it. All right, so got to get ready to go. I see my niece has checked in. Y'all give it up for Valencia King. I think she's got another episode of the dialogue tonight, 7 o'clock Central on Instagram. Y'all be sure and check her out. Y'all check out my niece. Doing great work as always. Got to get you back on the show, niece. Got to get you back on the show. Oh, okay. I got it. All right. So for everyone who's been trying to call the CDL number, here's the number. It's 832-767-3211. 832-767-3211. If you've got a CDL, good driving record, and a TWIC card, the reputable company, the number to dial is 832-767-3211, 832-767-3211, and that's the number to dial. So y'all be sure and call them, tell them KYOK sent you. And again, if you've got a CDL, good driving record, and a TWIC card, then they're looking for you. They are looking for you. All right, let me get ready to go. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music and the latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. In the morning, you got Erica Campbell and Griff, Get Up Mornings. And then, of course, your boy will be in with Winning Wednesday. Sybil Wilkes is going to give us a quick COVID-19 update before we go. And y'all be safe out there. Again, mask up, wear your mask, wash your hands 20, 30 seconds or more. Sanitize everything around you. Be sensitive to everybody around you. And whatever you do, give people their 6 feet. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, but the racism. All right? And I mean it. We're going to try and get this thing together. Of course, tomorrow is the inauguration. I'll have excerpts and stuff from the inauguration of the 46th president of the United States. We'll have some different things from that tomorrow right here on the lunch break. All right, let me let y'all hear Sybil Wilkes. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all. Nothing you can do about it.
You need to know today is Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. Number 1, as Joe Biden worked on the final draft of his presidential address for Wednesday's inauguration, Donald Trump was working on a document of his own. Anticipation and curiosity grow as Donald Trump prepared his final list of presidential clemency recipients. 50 to 100 people are said to be on the Trump list of pardons and commutations. Questions remain about who will be on the list, especially those with the same last name, including Donald Trump himself. Number 2, retired Army Lieutenant General Russell Honore has been tapped by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to lead an immediate review of the January 6th domestic terrorist attack on the U.S. Capitol. Lieutenant Honore's assignment will focus on security infrastructure, interagency processes and procedures, and command and control. He's best known for his no-nonsense leadership while serving as commander of the Joint Task Force Katrina, which coordinated the military's relief efforts for those devastated by Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Number 3, a new analysis by Kaiser Health News finds that vaccinations among blacks are lagging far behind whites. About 3% of the U.S. residents have received the first dose of the vaccine, but in 16 states, white Americans are being vaccinated at a rate 2 to 3 times higher than African Americans. Lack of access and mistrust rooted in historical racism in healthcare appear to be major factors in the low number of vaccinations among African Americans. Number 4, a class action lawsuit was filed in federal court in Indianapolis last month on behalf of 3 former HBCU athletes at Savannah State University and Howard University. The suit alleges the NCAA uses certain rules to single out HBCUs from participating in Division I postseason, which is the highest level of competition. Only 6% of the 350 HBCUs currently compete in Division I, and 4 out of every 5 HBCU teams were banned by the NCAA for poor academics over the last 6 years. Number 5, Carolina Panthers lineman Russell Okung has been asking for his lucrative NFL contract to be paid in Bitcoin for over a year. His request was partially granted. Okung will receive half of his $13 million salary in Bitcoin, which is trading at more than $32,000. Okung, who is the Panthers' highest paid player this season, feels empowered by the opportunity. And here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels, this from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with J. Anthony Brown as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Please visit SybilWilkes.com to subscribe to my free daily newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed rest of your day. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. You know, I love y'all. Alicia, have a good day. Valencia King, I love you, niece. Y'all take care.